What if I told you the secret to a fulfilling life isn't just intelligence or talent, but something deeper, your emotional intelligence, EQ? EQ becomes the key to thriving personally and professionally in a world where emotions shape our decisions. If IQ measures how far you can go, EQ decides how high you can rise. Think of Steve Jobs, not just a genius, but a master of emotional intelligence. Jobs inspired teams, navigated challenges with composure, and made Apple a global icon. That's the power of understanding and using your emotions to connect, lead, and grow. Emotional intelligence isn't about being soft or overly agreeable. It's about managing your emotions with purpose, staying calm under pressure, and balancing logic with empathy. Stoic philosophy teaches us exactly how to achieve this balance, transforming emotional intelligence into a tool for resilience and clarity in any situation. In today's video, we'll uncover the 7 undeniable signs that you possess true emotional intelligence and how Stoic principles can help you cultivate these traits. By the end, you'll not only see how EQ can improve your relationships, career, and inner peace, but also gain practical Stoic insights you can start using today. If this resonates with you, stay with us and share this video with someone who needs it. A small action like this could be the inspiration they've been waiting for. 1. You understand and manage your emotions. True emotional intelligence begins with mastering your inner world. It's not about avoiding emotions like frustration, stress, or anger, but understanding them and choosing how to respond. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This insight captures the essence of emotional management, the ability to remain calm and intentional in the face of life's challenges. Imagine this: you're at work, and a project you've invested weeks into falls apart, or perhaps a colleague dismisses your idea without explanation. These moments can ignite a spark of irritation or even anger. But instead of reacting impulsively, raising your voice or shutting down, you pause. You take a breath. You acknowledge the frustration bubbling inside, but you don't let it control you. This isn't repression, it's reflection. Recognizing your emotions is the first step. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Why am I feeling this way? These questions allow you to identify the root cause of your emotions. Is it disappointment over unmet expectations? Fear of failure? Or perhaps it's the sting of criticism? Once you know the source, you can address it thoughtfully. Let's explore a practical approach. When stress overwhelms you, step back, take a walk, breathe deeply, or write down your thoughts. This small act of stepping away is powerful. It creates space for clarity, helping you decide how to move forward. According to Stoicism, this ability to pause and reflect separates those who are ruled by their emotions from those who rule over them. Managing emotions is not just about avoiding conflict, it's about fostering growth. Consider this: if you respond to a colleague's critique with curiosity instead of defensiveness, you invite collaboration instead of tension. By staying calm and composed, you build trust and strengthen relationships. People are drawn to those who handle challenges with grace, and emotional intelligence equips you to do just that. But what about moments of intense frustration? Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Picture yourself in a heated argument. Your instinct might be to retaliate, to defend your perspective forcefully. Instead, take a mental step back. Reflect. Is this the best way to resolve the issue? Will this action align with the person I strive to be? This pause doesn't just diffuse tension, it empowers you to respond in a way that reflects your values. Emotional management also means accepting imperfection. Life is unpredictable, and so are our emotions. You won't always respond perfectly, and that's okay. Emotional intelligence isn't about never losing your temper, it's about recognizing when you do and making amends. It's about growth, not perfection. Stoicism teaches us that by mastering our emotions, we reclaim our inner peace. When faced with stress, practice gratitude. Shift your focus to what's within your control. For example, if a delay ruins your plans, remind yourself, the timing may be off, but I can use this moment to prepare even better. This mindset not only calms frustration, but also turns setbacks into opportunities. Finally, remember that emotional intelligence is a skill, not a trait. You can cultivate it, one moment of reflection at a time, journaling your emotions, practicing mindfulness, or even speaking kindly to yourself during tough times are small but impactful steps. These habits, rooted in self-awareness, will help you navigate life with a steady heart and a clear mind. As you begin this journey of emotional mastery, keep these words of wisdom close. To be calm is the highest achievement of the self. By understanding and managing your emotions, you not only improve your relationships, but also unlock a deeper sense of resilience and fulfillment. 2. You value relationships. I've always admired my sister for the way she builds meaningful connections with everyone around her. Her circle of relationships isn't large, but it's deeply enriching. She knows how to nurture bonds that last, filled with mutual respect and trust. One moment stands out. She was once invited to a party she didn't feel like attending. Instead of declining thoughtlessly, she responded with warmth and honesty. Remarkably, no one felt offended by her decision. They admired her sincerity and continued to value her presence in their lives. It was her genuine care and thoughtful communication that kept her relationships strong. To value relationships is to understand their profound importance in our lives. As Seneca beautifully puts it, we are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden. This perspective reminds us that human connections are not merely optional, they are essential. Emotional intelligence at its core is the ability to strengthen these bonds through empathy, respect, and genuine care. When you truly value relationships, you approach them with intentionality. You're not just present physically, you're present emotionally. For example, when a friend shares their struggles, you don't simply offer quick advice or dismiss their concerns. Instead, you listen actively, validating their feelings and showing that you genuinely care. This isn't just about being nice, it's about creating a space where others feel seen and understood. In professional settings, valuing relationships can set you apart. Think of a colleague who remembers small details about your life or takes the time to appreciate your efforts. That person likely leaves a positive impact because their actions reflect genuine interest, not obligation. Stoicism teaches us that by focusing on what truly matters, our shared humanity, we cultivate relationships that are both meaningful and resilient. But valuing relationships doesn't mean saying yes to everything or everyone. On the contrary, emotionally intelligent people understand the importance of boundaries. As my sister demonstrated, you can respectfully decline invitations or requests without damaging relationships. It's not about pleasing everyone, it's about being authentic while maintaining respect. This balance is what earns admiration and trust. Now, let's consider the role of empathy. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to others. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to see the world from their perspective. When you practice empathy, you recognize that every person carries their own struggles and joys. This awareness deepens your interactions, allowing you to connect on a level that transcends surface conversations. Practical steps to value relationships include small but impactful actions. Make time for people who matter to you. Even a simple call or message can strengthen bonds. Practice gratitude. Let others know you appreciate them and the role they play in your life. Be present. Put away distractions and give your full attention when you're with someone. As you implement these habits, you'll notice a transformation, not just in your relationships, but also in your own emotional well-being. The connections you nurture will bring joy, support, and meaning to your life. Epictetus wisely said, "Keep company only with people who uplift you." This highlights another aspect of valuing relationships, surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire and encourage you. It's not about exclusivity, it's about prioritizing connections that foster growth and positivity. At the same time, it's important to contribute to others' growth by being a source of support and encouragement. In the end, valuing relationships is about understanding that every interaction is an opportunity to create something meaningful. Whether it's a lifelong friendship, a professional partnership, or a momentary exchange, your ability to connect with others reflects the depth of your emotional intelligence. As you cultivate this skill, you'll find that the relationships you value will, in turn, enrich and elevate your life. 3. You stay calm under pressure. I understand you're under immense pressure. Financial burdens, societal expectations, and relationship challenges can weigh heavily on anyone. Yet, your perseverance through these trials is truly commendable. Pressure has the power to erode our spirit, but remaining calm amidst the chaos is a hallmark of high emotional intelligence. I recall my colleague, someone I deeply admire, not just for his professional expertise, but for his ability to remain composed in the face of adversity. Once, during an intense project, a client demanded last-minute changes that threatened to derail everything. The team panicked, tempers flared, and tension mounted. But he stood firm, unshaken. Calmly, he analyzed the situation, identified practical solutions, and guided the team with steady resolve. His composure not only salvaged the project, but also inspired everyone around him to rise above the pressure. This ability to stay calm under pressure is rooted in self-awareness and emotional regulation. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Challenges are inevitable, but your response determines the outcome. Emotional intelligence enables you to pause, assess, and act thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. When pressure mounts, the first step is to pause. A deep breath can work wonders. It might sound simple, but it interrupts the cycle of escalating stress and allows you to regain control of your thoughts. Ask yourself, what is within my control? What isn't? This shift in perspective is liberating. It helps you focus on solutions rather than the chaos around you. Stoicism teaches us to embrace what we cannot change and direct our energy toward what we can. Picture a storm raging at sea. While you can't calm the waters, you can adjust your sails. This mindset is crucial in high-pressure situations. Instead of fixating on problems, channel your efforts into finding actionable solutions. Consider practical strategies. Break tasks into smaller steps to make overwhelming challenges manageable. Prioritize your actions based on urgency and impact. Communicate openly with those involved to align efforts and expectations. Calmness under pressure isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. Stress and frustration are natural, but they don't have to define you. By naming your emotions, I feel overwhelmed, I feel frustrated, you gain clarity. This clarity empowers you to respond in ways that reflect your values and goals. Remaining composed also fosters trust and respect. People gravitate toward those who exhibit grace under fire. They see you as reliable, someone who can navigate turbulent waters without losing direction. This trust strengthens relationships and opens doors to greater opportunities. But what if you falter? Nobody is immune to moments of frustration or doubt. Even the most emotionally intelligent individuals experience slip-ups. The key is to recognize these moments, learn from them, and realign. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Incorporating moments of calm into your daily life can help you build resilience when pressure strikes. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, or even brief walks in nature can center your thoughts and recharge your spirit. These habits act as anchors, grounding you in the present and strengthening your ability to weather future storms. Lastly, remember that calmness is contagious. Your composure can inspire others to find their own. Just like my colleague, whose steadiness lifted the entire team, you too can be a beacon of resilience for those around you. By staying calm under pressure, you not only navigate challenges more effectively, but also exemplify the profound strength of emotional intelligence. It's a skill that not only improves your outcomes, but elevates those of everyone around you. 4. You can resolve conflicts peacefully. Conflict is inevitable in life. What defines us is not the presence of disagreement, but how we approach it. Emotional intelligence allows us to transform moments of discord into opportunities for understanding and growth. As Marcus Aurelius once said, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This timeless advice reminds us to begin with humility and empathy. I once struggled with resolving conflicts peacefully. Like many, my instinctive reaction to frustration was fueled by anger, a natural yet unproductive response. I recall a moment when a colleague failed to meet a critical deadline. My first impulse was to confront him with frustration, but instead, I chose to pause and approach him calmly. By listening to his perspective, I discovered he was grappling with personal challenges he hadn't shared. Together, we found a solution, and our relationship grew stronger. This experience taught me that peace doesn't signify weakness, it reflects emotional maturity. Resolving conflict requires a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing disagreement as a battle to win, see it as an opportunity to connect. Begin by listening actively. Truly hearing the other person's perspective doesn't mean you agree with them, it means you value their voice. When people feel understood, their defensiveness diminishes, paving the way for constructive dialogue. Empathy plays a central role here. Imagine someone criticizing your work or behavior. While it's tempting to react defensively, consider their perspective. What might have led them to express their concerns? As Epictetus wisely noted, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. By focusing on understanding rather than countering, you can diffuse tension and uncover the root of the issue. Conflict resolution also involves choosing words carefully. Avoid accusatory language like "you never" or "you always," which can escalate emotions. Instead, use "I" statements to express your feelings without placing blame. For example, say, "I felt concerned when the deadline was missed," rather than "you failed to deliver on time." This subtle shift fosters collaboration rather than confrontation. Stoicism offers practical tools for staying calm during conflicts. One effective practice is to detach from immediate emotions. When someone says something hurtful, take a moment to breathe and reflect before responding. Ask yourself, is this worth escalating? What outcome do I truly want from this interaction? This pause helps you align your actions with your values, promoting resolution over retaliation. Another key aspect is focusing on solutions, not problems. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, guide the conversation toward what can be done to move forward. For example, if a disagreement arises in a team project, suggest brainstorming ideas together rather than assigning blame. This proactive approach fosters a sense of teamwork and shared purpose. Finally, remember that conflict resolution isn't about avoiding disagreement altogether. It's about addressing differences in ways that foster respect and growth. As you navigate life's inevitable tensions, let the Stoic principle guide you. If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. By resolving conflicts peacefully, you exemplify the true strength of emotional intelligence. 5. You are a good listener. To truly listen is to offer a profound gift, your presence. Being a good listener is not merely about hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions, intentions, and unspoken thoughts behind them. Emotional intelligence flourishes in the quiet space of genuine listening, where empathy and connection are nurtured. The Stoics remind us of the value of silence. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening is an act of humility. It's a willingness to pause, to set aside your own thoughts and judgments, and to embrace the perspective of another. In this act, you acknowledge the other person's worth, creating a space where trust and understanding can thrive. A good listener pays attention not only to words, but also to tone, body language, and pauses. These subtle cues often reveal more than spoken words ever could. When someone hesitates before speaking or lowers their voice, it's a sign of vulnerability. Recognizing these moments and responding with empathy shows emotional intelligence in action. Listening also requires patience. In a world that encourages instant responses, the ability to sit with someone's thoughts without interrupting or rushing to provide solutions is rare. When you truly listen, you convey to the speaker that their voice matters and that their experience deserves to be heard fully. Emotional intelligence amplifies the power of listening. It helps you separate what someone is saying from how it makes you feel. Instead of reacting defensively or jumping to conclusions, you can focus on understanding the speaker's intent. This thoughtful approach builds bridges, even in challenging conversations. One of the most impactful aspects of being a good listener is validation. Validation doesn't mean you agree with everything being said. It means you recognize and respect the other person's feelings. A simple response like, "I can see how that would be difficult," can make someone feel understood and valued. Stoic philosophy teaches us to approach every interaction with curiosity and openness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, Think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Part of this privilege lies in connecting with others through attentive listening. Each conversation is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to deepen relationships. Listening well also strengthens your ability to navigate conflict. When emotions run high, the best response is often not to speak but to listen. Allow the other person to express their frustrations or concerns without interruption. This act alone can diffuse tension, showing that you value their perspective even in moments of disagreement. Listening also requires managing distractions, both external and internal. Set aside your phone, turn off notifications, and silence the chatter in your own mind. By giving the speaker your undivided attention, you create an environment of respect and focus. Good listening transforms relationships. It builds trust, fosters empathy, and creates a foundation for meaningful connection. It's a skill that enriches not only the lives of those you interact with, but also your own. The more you listen, the more you learn, not just about others, but about yourself and the world around you. As you embrace the practice of listening, let this wisdom guide you. To listen is to love. Emotional intelligence isn't just about what you say or do, it's about how deeply you can connect. And in those connections, you'll find the true essence of understanding and harmony. 6. You embrace change. Change is an inevitable part of life, yet it's how we respond to it that defines our resilience and emotional intelligence. Those with high emotional intelligence don't just accept change, they embrace it with grace, curiosity, and determination. This adaptability reflects not only their emotional strength, but also their ability to grow through challenges and opportunities. A dear friend of mine is the perfect example of this. After 5 years of working at his company, he was asked to relocate to a new branch in Vietnam. It was a significant transition, moving to a country with a vastly different culture, climate, and cuisine. Instead of resisting or hesitating, he embraced the challenge. Within a month, he adapted to his new environment, learning about Vietnam's unique traditions and even picking up the local language to communicate better with his colleagues. When I checked in with him, he expressed joy and gratitude for the opportunity, seeing it not as a disruption but as a chance for personal and professional growth. This kind of mindset is rooted in Stoic philosophy. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Change, while unpredictable, is not inherently good or bad. It's our perception and response that determines its impact. By choosing to view change as an opportunity rather than a threat, you empower yourself to navigate it with optimism and resilience. Adapting to change starts with acceptance. Resistance often stems from fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or fear of discomfort. But these fears lose their power when we confront them with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can this change help me grow? These questions shift your perspective, allowing you to see possibilities where you once saw obstacles. Practical steps to embrace change include staying open-minded and flexible. For example, if you're entering a new work environment, take time to observe and understand its dynamics before forming judgments. Engage with new colleagues, ask thoughtful questions, and look for ways to contribute. This proactive approach not only helps you adapt, but also strengthens your relationships with others. Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on what we can control. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While you can't control external changes, you can control your mindset and actions. By directing your energy toward constructive solutions, rather than dwelling on uncertainties, you regain a sense of agency. Another critical aspect of embracing change is cultivating patience. Change often unfolds gradually, requiring time and effort to adjust. Be gentle with yourself during this process. Celebrate small victories, whether it's learning a new skill, forming a connection in a new environment, or simply maintaining your composure in challenging circumstances. Embracing change also strengthens your ability to lead and inspire others. People look to those who remain calm and resourceful in the face of uncertainty. Your adaptability not only sets an example, but also fosters trust and collaboration. When others see you embracing change with confidence, they're more likely to follow suit. To build this adaptability, practice stepping out of your comfort zone regularly. Try new experiences, learn new skills, or engage with people from diverse backgrounds. These small actions prepare you for larger transitions, making change feel less daunting over time. Lastly, gratitude plays a crucial role in embracing change. Instead of focusing on what you've lost or left behind, shift your attention to what you've gained. Even the most challenging changes often come with hidden blessings, new opportunities, insights, or connections that enrich your life. As you navigate life's transitions, remember the wisdom of Seneca. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Change is not an end, but a gateway to growth. By embracing it with an open heart and a curious mind, you unlock the potential to thrive, no matter where life takes you. 7. You avoid confronting negative people. The wisdom of emotional intelligence lies in knowing when to engage and when to step away. Avoiding confrontation with negative people is not a sign of weakness. It is a reflection of strength, self-respect, and clarity of purpose. Those with high emotional intelligence recognize that their mental and emotional energy is precious, and they choose to protect it by setting healthy boundaries. Negative people often bring chaos and drain the energy of those around them. Their words and actions can pull you into a cycle of frustration, anger, or self-doubt. Yet, as Epictetus wisely taught, keep company only with those who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. This principle underscores the importance of consciously choosing who you allow into your inner circle. Avoiding confrontation does not mean ignoring problems or allowing negativity to fester. Instead, it means handling such situations with grace and wisdom. High EQ individuals understand that responding to negativity with anger or frustration only feeds it. Instead, they choose a calm and measured approach, prioritizing their peace over the need to prove a point or win an argument. To avoid confrontation effectively, clarity is key. First, recognize the patterns of negativity, whether it's constant criticism, pessimism, or emotional manipulation. Understanding these behaviors helps you prepare and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Emotional intelligence enables you to distinguish between someone having a difficult moment and someone consistently bringing negativity into your life. Setting boundaries is a cornerstone of emotional well-being. This requires honest communication. For example, if someone's negativity begins to affect you, it's perfectly appropriate to express your feelings respectfully. You might say, "I value our relationship, but I feel overwhelmed when conversations always focus on the negative. Can we work toward more positive discussions?" Such statements convey your boundaries without escalating conflict. Equally important is knowing when to disengage. Walking away from negativity is not avoidance, it's self-preservation. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and other people's behavior is not one of those things. By choosing not to confront negativity unnecessarily, you reclaim your energy and redirect it toward what truly matters. In some cases, avoidance can be subtle but effective. Limit your exposure to negative influences by managing your time and interactions wisely. For instance, if a colleague frequently complains, consider shifting conversations to neutral topics or limiting the time you spend together. These small adjustments can significantly impact your mental and emotional health. Emotional intelligence also involves cultivating empathy, even for negative people. Often, their behavior stems from unresolved pain or fear. While it's not your responsibility to fix them, understanding their struggles can help you approach them with compassion rather than resentment. This mindset allows you to navigate interactions with kindness while still protecting your boundaries. Another powerful tool is reframing negativity. Instead of letting it affect your mood, view it as an opportunity to practice patience and self-control. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." By maintaining your composure, you rise above the negativity and demonstrate true emotional maturity. Surrounding yourself with positivity is equally crucial. Seek out relationships that inspire, uplift, and motivate you. These connections serve as a counterbalance to the occasional negativity you may encounter, reinforcing your emotional resilience. The more you prioritize these relationships, the less room negativity has to influence your life. Finally, take time to nurture your inner peace. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, or spending time in nature can help you reset and recharge. By building a strong foundation of emotional well-being, you equip yourself to handle negativity with grace and strength. Remember, avoiding confrontation with negative people is not about running away. It's about choosing where to invest your energy. As you protect your peace, you cultivate a life of balance, purpose, and fulfillment, living in alignment with the timeless wisdom of emotional intelligence and Stoic philosophy. As we journey through the signs of true emotional intelligence, it becomes clear that these traits are not just abilities we're born with, but skills we can cultivate with intention and practice. Managing your emotions, valuing relationships, staying calm under pressure, resolving conflicts peacefully, listening deeply, embracing change, and avoiding negativity, all these are within your reach. Stoic philosophy teaches us that wisdom comes from reflection and action. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By adopting these lessons, you begin to shape your character and enrich your relationships. Emotional intelligence is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each day offers an opportunity to practice, to pause before reacting, to listen instead of speaking, to choose calm over chaos. Start small. Reflect on one of the signs we've discussed and challenge yourself to apply it in your daily interactions. Perhaps it's taking a deep breath before addressing conflict or expressing gratitude to someone you value. These simple actions compound over time, transforming not only how you see the world, but how the world responds to you. Your story matters. Share your thoughts, struggles, or successes in the comments below. How have you embraced emotional intelligence? By sharing, you may inspire someone else on their journey. Remember, emotional intelligence is a skill you can master, one thoughtful moment at a time. Choose to begin today.